There is an Israeli government department, if you want to call them that, called the Voluntary Immigration Bureau. As the name suggests, there's nothing voluntary about it actually, but they're involved in the actual displacement of the Palestinians. And it was reported in Haaretz, not the BBC, not Sky News, not CNN, because if you want to get honesty about what Israel's really doing, do not read any of those sites. Their primary goal is to protect Israel first and report about inconsequential details second. But the way to understand the ceasefire is that it's very important to try and allow stuff like this to go under the radar. Israel is still continuing to destroy homes in Gaza at an aggressive pace. It's been openly reported in places like Haaretz how all they're really doing is just kind of like restocking and retooling for the next offensive. But in the meantime, the actual displacement, which is the goal of what they're doing in Gaza, destroy the homes, starve the people, make it uninhabitable so people have no choice but to leave. The final part of that plan is now in motion, as you can see right now. He mentions here in this article that they sent them to Indonesia and South Africa and one other country, and there's no outrage because, of course, the idea is meant to be like, now there's a ceasefire. What are you guys complaining about? That's what all the Israeli Hasbara people have been talking about the longest time. Is that, oh, you guys just want to say you hate Israel because the media is not going to report on stuff like this because, as far as they're concerned, there's a ceasefire. The war's over, right? This is the war is continuing. It's probably just beginning in terms of the actual end goal of the war, which is like, in an ideal world, they want to remove the entire population and resettle the land. This is what we're supporting in the war. Just so I should bring this to your attention because, again, I'm sure you're not going to find this on the BBC. Maybe you find it a week later on the BBC, buried somewhere on the 4th page or somewhere down their website where they'll mention it. And is there going to be moral outrage about it? Is there going to be talk about the fact that the Nazis were tried at Nuremberg for this kind of behavior? Putting people on those trains and deporting them to the ghettos. That was part of the war crimes. Is that going to be mentioned that, actually, you know what, this is seeming very eerily similar to what the same people went through 75 or so years ago that we're meant to be very proud of ourselves from liberating them and defending them against. Now they're doing it with our support. Very nice.